Hi, this is Steve Gladis again at the George Mason Enterprise Center here in Fairfax for Steve Gladis Leadership Partners. And we're here to talk today about surviving the first year of college. We've given you an introduction already to this book. We're going to talk about two things today. First of all, about training early. Training early. What do we mean by that? Here's what we mean. That most people have the myth, that I've graduated from high school. I've accomplished what I set out to do by getting into college. People see getting into college as being the accomplishment, and when they get into colleges, they get into what's called senior slump. You all know what this means if you're in seniors in high school. Seniors kind of sort of half give up. Not a good idea, by the way. Your second semester. First of all, because universities can check your final grades, and if they can deselect you if you drop precipitously that second semester. So I suggest you don't just give up and go to the beach. It won't work real well for you. The second thing is, over the summer, kids decide that they're going to kind of relax a little bit because they've worked really hard. We suggest to you that you don't do that. That what you do over the summer is read as many books as you possibly can. Put yourself on a pretty strict reading regimen because college is really about reading. You'll read a ton in college. If you thought you read in high school, reading in college, if reading in high school is like a wave, reading in college is like a tsunami. It's huge. Secondly, you might want to learn how to keep a journal just to practice writing over the summer. And thirdly, you might want to get really good at keeping a calendar because scheduling yourself and being on time in college is a pretty big determiner of your success. So training early, not giving up, not taking a rest. I couldn't imagine a guy or a woman making the Olympics and saying, gee, I've made the Olympics, I'm going to take 3 months off before I compete in the Olympics. It makes no sense in the Olympics, and it makes no sense in your life going to college. The second area I want to mention is attending classes, attending all classes. And here's what we know. We know that the greatest number of dropouts happen when kids don't attend class. In fact, one 3-hour class in college is equivalent to a whole week's worth of classes in high school. You can imagine missing 4 and 5 weeks of class in high school. It'd be awfully hard for you to graduate. The same is true at a university. What we tell kids is set a goal that first semester, and really the first year, but particularly the first semester, which is the critical semester. Set a goal of 100%, 100%. Show up 100% of the time to 100% of your classes. I know it's comfortable, you're in bed and it's a cold night, it's a cold morning rather, and you roll over and you think, gee, that's that 8 o'clock class, maybe I could just skip it this time. Resist that temptation at all costs because you're really sort of playing with your career. If you want to calculate your grade, you can miss one class and still get an A, but every class after that, you can almost calculate a grade per missed class after that. So if you miss 2 classes, you're probably talking about the best you can do in a class is a B, 3 classes a C, 4 classes a D, and after 5 classes, you're pretty much out of the game. So attending all classes, if you can't attend those classes, get somebody to take notes for you. Have at least 2 people take notes because if you want a complete set of notes, you're going to want to have 2 different people taking a set of notes. I always tell kids to inform their professors if they're not going to make class. Show conscientiousness early. Missing class may seem like a minor thing, but it's actually one of the major determinants of whether or not you're going to become part of this 33% that drops out. This has been Steve Gladis at Steve Gladis Leadership Partners at George Mason's Enterprise Center, talking about the first year of college and how to survive. We talked about training early and attending all classes. We hope you join us for the rest of this series. Thanks very much.